Welcome to the Silent Sports video vlog. This is episode 63. Today's date is October 6, 2018. Thank you for joining me. I'm Troy West. And this episode, of course, Major League Baseball playoffs started this week. National League, looks like it's a collision course between the Brewers and the Dodgers. And the American League, Red Sox and Astros get out to 1-0 early leads. NBA, of course, by the final list before the season starts. My top 5 centers. This list was hard to put together, surprisingly, but I was able to put one together. I revealed my top 5 centers in the NBA going into the season. Also, NFL Week 5 continues. I picked out the 5 most intriguing and top games of the weekend, and I will deeply go into those 5 games, and I'll give you all my picks for Week 5. Of course, the Patriots won on Thursday night, handling the Indianapolis Colts to get the Week 5 started on Thursday. And a lot of other sports to get into as well. College football, a couple of big games on the docket today. And of course the big mega fight in the UFC, Conor McGregor going up against, I just call him Abib because I cannot pronounce his name, I'm not gonna lie to you. But most intriguing fight probably, they said, in the history of the UFC. Of course, McGregor always entertaining fighter. But first, of course, we always start with baseball to start off the blog. In the National League, look like both series is over. Brewers winning their first 2 games at home. I watched game 1 of this series. Of course, that won the extra innings. Brewers won in the 10th inning. Moustakas single. And the Dodgers up 2-0 on my Atlanta Braves. Had some high hopes for my Braves, but I'm still proud of them if they get swept. I'd be a little bit sad about it, but at the same time, they wasn't expected to be here. They're young. I think they'll be back here again. I think they're about to take over this division, the NL East. So hopefully they get a win in Game 3. They still undecided on who they're going to start. But they down 2-0, but they haven't scored a run. Like the Dodgers pitching, Kershaw and Ryu shut down the Braves. They haven't scored a run yet in this series, so just get a run, Braves, in Game 3, hopefully. Of course, both of those series continue on Sunday. But the American League, I watched a little bit of the Astros and the Cleveland Indians. Indians tried to fight back, but the Astros were just too much. They won Game 1. Verlander was outstanding, and 2 to hit that wall in the 6th inning and had to get taken out of the game, but still an awesome game for him. And Houston, they got that deep rotation. This whole dude, Cleveland, Cooper, didn't step up for the Indians as he got rocked early, and Houston was able to coast on to the Game 1 victory. And the Red Sox and Yankees, Red Sox got off to a good start and was able to hold on. I think the final score was 5-4. Didn't see any of that game at all. Just woke up and saw the score this morning. So Boston's up 1-0 on the Yanks. Of course, Yankees was that wild card team, so they had a disadvantage anyway with their rotation. They started AJ Happ yesterday, so I guess it didn't work out. So they down 1-0 as well. So both of those series will continue today sometime. Hopefully, Yankees and Indians even the series up, make it more intriguing. Like I said, the National League team is gone. I picked the Cubs to get to the World Series because they got eliminated in a wild card game. If I had to look at, if I just take the Brewers and the Dodgers, I think the Brewers seem like they got something, you know, well, that playoff baseball, get the big hits, good pitching, as usually what carries you throughout the baseball playoffs. The Brewers look a little bit better to me than the Dodgers, but I've been picking the Dodgers the last couple of years. I'm not sure. I'll probably have a decision probably Monday when I do my my live Monday football hangover. I'll probably reveal who I'm gonna pick. Plus it depends on Sunday if any of the other teams prolong the series at home, Braves or the Rockies. But the Brewers, to me, if I had to pick one team, that's the team that looks better than everyone else in the National League right now. Alright, let's move on to our NBA's subject of the week. NBA top 5 centers. This list was a little bit harder, like I said, than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be, alright, I picked 5 guys, and that's it. But then once I started doing research, it's like, okay, And then, like I said last week with the forwards, some players are considered centers, some players are considered forwards. It's just no position. There's no clear position basketball anymore, like it was when I was really watching basketball. Well, I still watch basketball, but back in the 90s, let's say, you know, just to go back far enough, when every position sort of had a role, you know, center, you know, you had clear centers, you had clear power forwards. Like that position is really gone. The power forward position is pretty much eliminated almost. But you had all those positions with certain roles. It depends on your team, and you know, now it's like, you know, it depends on the opinion now if you're a center or a forward. So people might not understand this list or disagree with this list, but I put my own opinion on it, and that's how it's gonna go. We will count up from 5 to 1. Number 5, Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. Like I said, Jazz is a team I'm very, very intrigued by in the Western Conference. Sort of under the radar, but I love Donovan Mitchell. He got a nice young team around him, and Gobert is the center for the Jazz, and he very good defensive player. I think he won Defensive Player of the Year, I believe, this past season. Just anchor in the middle. I think when he was hurt last year, the Jazz defense was pretty much one of the worst in the league, but when he came back, they was one of the best in the league. He has that big of an impact. And I like his game. He's not, you know, polished offensively that much, but he can score a little bit. I got him at number 5. Number 4, the young Karl-Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, you know the drama that's going on with the team right now with Jimmy Butler, which he still right now currently is a Timberwolf. He did report to camp still, I believe, not yet. So probably gonna try to trade him before the season starts. But Karl-Anthony Towns, talented, can score from anywhere on the floor. Defensively got to improve a little bit, but he's not bad on the defensive side of the ball either. Sky's just the limit for him. Little, you know, he's still young, still polishing his game, but despite that, he's still number 4 on this list. Number 3, Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. He's definitely confident about himself. He think he's the best player in the league, period, right now. Likes his moxie, offensive game is coming along. Defensively, he's not bad either. And then he's just, like I said, with this position in basketball, he's, to me, a true center, no question about it. Like I said, people say his post game got to improve a little bit, and also his defense, but he's the most talented. So he's at number 3. Number 2, Al Horford. Al Horford, very underrated player in the NBA, period. But he gets the job done. Regardless, he's the heart of that Boston team, especially this team expected to do big things this year. He's going to be a major reason why. He can score, underrated score. He can shoot the 3. He's very good defensively. And like I said, definitely if Boston's going to win it or even compete with Golden State, if they get out the East anyway, it's going to be because of him. Yeah, all the young talent with Tatum and Brown and Kyrie coming back, of course Gordon Hayward coming back. Boston's a deep team, but if they're going to win, Al Horford will be a big reason why. Very underrated player. I got him number 2 on my list. And number 1, probably not obvious because some people probably consider him as a forward, but I consider him as a center. He played center most of his career, so he's a center to me. Anthony Davis, no question. Should be number 1 on this list. I did my forwards last week. Maybe should have been on that list. I consider him as a center. So he's number 1 here. What else to say? He's top 5 in scoring. I think he was number 1 in blocks. He gets steals. He does everything on the floor. Look at how far New Orleans got last year. And of course there's rumors that he's going to be gone. Of course DeMarcus Cousins, he should be on this list too, but only why he's not, like I said, injuries. I put a lot of stock into injuries, and when you come back, he had an Achilles tear, so that's a major injury. There's a lot of guys that probably left off this list. DeAndre Jordan to me is a underrated center. maybe because he does score a lot, but defensively, he's a stout center. Nokic of the Denver Nuggets. To me, let's see what he does this year. Not saying that he's, that it's a fluke with him. Denver, they just missed the playoffs last year. I'm about to say, supposed to make it this year. We'll see how his year go. He probably deserves some love. Hassan Whiteside, it's also a guy you gotta look out for Miami. There's a lot of guys. Andre Drummond for sure. He's probably the one that I really feel like I could have fitted on this list somewhere. He's underrated, but playing in Detroit and not winning, I did factor that into this list as well. Okay, so number 1, Anthony Davis, from the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 2, Al Horford, Boston Celtics. Number 3, Joel Embiid, out of Philadelphia 76ers. Karl-Anthony Towns coming in at number 4 on my list, and number 5, Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. This list was kind of tougher than I thought. I thought this would be one of the easier ones. But all these lists are tough. NBA got a lot of talent in it. Seems like most of it is on the Warriors though, but still a lot of talent in the NBA right now. So should be an interesting. This is probably one of the most anticipated seasons in at least in the last few years. You're not sure who's gonna come out the East. In the West, you think it's the Warriors, but there's a lot of teams that probably would challenge. Lakers, of course, being, well, I wouldn't call them a sleeper, but Lakers being one of those teams. Houston, of course, we might break through this time, but we'll see. Like I said, I like the Jazz as well out West. So there's stuff to look out for, and that's my top 5 list of NBA centers. I'll probably put it on Instagram and Facebook, see if anybody agree or disagree. Maybe I'll get a debate going, or if I've left anybody off the list. Let's move on to the NFL. Week 5 continues. Tomorrow, of course, a couple of big intriguing games tomorrow afternoon. Matter of fact, I gotta pull up my pick'em thing. Like I said, I picked 5 games here. I go deep into detail about those, and give you my picks for the week. Let me pull up my app here. Like I said, y'all could enjoy it. I had last 2 weeks I done well. I had 11 wins this last week, so I went 11-4 last week, and I went 11-5 the week before. Week 2 was the bad week for me. I think I only picked 5 games correctly. In week 2, let me see. Yeah, so I went for 5-11 that week. So that was a bad week. Off to a good start this week. I did pick the Patriots to beat the Colts this Thursday night, so I got that win in my book. First game on the list, Falcons and Steelers, and that is on my big 5 list of games this weekend. That's a big game because both teams, probably if they lose, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. Steelers coming at 1-2-1. Falcons are 1-3 going into the game. This game is, to me, is tough one, but I just don't like this way the Steelers look right now. I'm gonna go with the Falcons on the road. Falcons have been close. A break here and there, they probably could be 2-2 or maybe even undefeated. I mean, other than the Philadelphia game, they was in pretty much every game. Well, they was in that game too, but that Rizzo offense was bad at the time. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. It's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be high scoring, depending on the weather. Matt Ryan is playing well. The whole offense is playing well. The passing game is coming together. Running game a little bit slow, maybe because Freeman is hurt. But I think Atlanta will do enough, get a stop or two, enough to stop the Steelers. I think the Steelers' offense is still good, but it's still inconsistent. They go through stretches where they can't score like they did in the Tampa game. The whole half didn't score, but then they explode for like a 21-point quarter. So I like the Falcons though to win this one. Let me see. This thing won't stay up for me. Let's see. Sorry about this. Titans Bills. That's next on my list. I got Tennessee winning. Tennessee, like I said, to me don't look great, but they still get wins. They're 3-1 right now. Buffalo, of course, at 1-3. The big win against the Vikings, but Josh Allen, they starting him at quarterback, the rookie. I see Tennessee pretty much dominating this game. Dolphins, Bengals. That's all my top 5 list here. Miami 3-1, Bengals 3-1 as well. I think the Bengals just the better team. Bengals 6-point favorites. Maybe I'd take the points if I was betting or whatever. I think it'd be less than the 6 points. I think Miami would compete in this game, but I think the Bengals would be too much. I got them winning at home. Miami, to me, like I said, that game last week, like I said, they ain't had to win the game in New England, but at least to compete, make it a close game. They was never in that game. They got blown out the water. So when I did my power rankings this week, if you go back and look at episode 62, I had basically a 4-way tie for 5th with a lot of teams, including the Bengals, but I couldn't put the Miami Dolphins in there. I just don't think they were a little overrated. And I think we'll see again this week. I think the Bengals win. A close one though. I say like a 3 to 6 point game. So I think the spread is pretty much right on point. Ravens and Browns. Interesting game in the NFC North. Browns of course finally got their first win, as you know, but lost a close one last week to the Raiders. Ravens come in 3-1. Just think the defense. But now they got Mosley back. I think that defense is going to shut down Baker Mayfield, make him make some mistakes. Ravens control the ball, the run game. I think the running game still got to improve to me personally. Flacco playing well this year, can't criticize him. I think the Ravens make a statement here as far as separating themselves in the division. I think they win this game, say by at least 10 points or more over the Browns. Broncos, Jets. This game was tough for me because of the Broncos offense, but I think the defense is going to give Sam Darnold some problems. Young rookie quarterback, of course. The Jets at 1-3, Broncos at 2-2. I think Broncos going to roll to win in New York and beat the Jets. Packers, Lions. Got the Packers. Can't go against Aaron Rodgers. Detroit, just like I said, just like Atlanta. They got blown out their first game, but they was pretty much been in every game, and then got the big win against New England. But they're at home. I think it'll be a competitive game. I think Aaron Rodgers will probably have that one final drive and hurt the Lions again. I got Green Bay winning. Prior to me, biggest game of the year so far to me, or at least for this week, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs just a 3-point favorite at home. Patrick Mahomes, of course, lighting the world on fire. Impressive last week when the Chiefs was down to Denver. He was able to drive, put together a game-winning drive to beat the Broncos last week on Monday night. People wanted to see if he could do that instead of being a front runner. This game will be interesting. Jacksonville defense, probably the best in the NFL, but that hostile confines to Kansas City. Going with the Chiefs in a close one. I think it'll be similar. Mahomes will have to probably bring them back and put together a drive. I think he gets it done. Already been some trash talking between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey, so that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully this game is on my local TV. This is a game I definitely want to see. But I got Kansas City winning at home. If Jacksonville was at home, I might go with them. But like I said, that offense with Bortles, it comes and goes. He looked good again last week before a win. So Chiefs of course 4-0, Jacksonville 3-1. I think the Chiefs pull out a close one at home. Giants, Panthers, that made my list here. Panthers 2-1, Giants 1-3. Probably because of the Giants, I picked this game. I had to pick 5 games, so I picked this one to be one of the most intriguing games. Odell Beckham has some words to say about the offense and the team as a whole. At least he tried to generalize it. A lot of people think it was a shot right at Eli Manning. I think Eli Manning is still a decent quarterback, but yeah, he hasn't been protected. I think when I watched him against Dallas that Sunday night game, they was all over him. He couldn't really stand there and deliver the ball at all. The Panthers, of course, good defensively. Cam Newton, they coming off a bye week. They're at home. I think they win this game. I think it'll be close though. I think the Giants will fight in this game, but I think the Panthers will just be too much at home, and they will move on and win that game. Next, Chargers, Raiders. Chargers at 2-2, Raiders at 1-3. Raiders coming off a win last week. Chargers, of course, sort of disappointed 2-2. A lot of people think they'd start off better, but has a lot of injuries on defense with Bosa being out and more injuries on that side of the ball. Phillip Rivers, I think we'll have to carry them again here. I think it'll be another shootout type of game for the Raiders. So they was in a shootout last week with Cleveland. I think it'll be that type of game. I think the Raiders will fall this time. I think the Chargers will get it and win this game at home at LA. Rams and Seahawks. This was a game I thought about putting on this list, but I really think the Rams going to dominate this game. That's why I don't think this game will be close. I like Russell Wilson though. Still, I believe in him, but their offensive line is not that good, and I think the Rams offense will probably put up another 30 points again. I don't think this game would be that close. I think the Rams dominate the Seahawks and take full control of this division, the NFC West. Eagles, Vikings. Of course, this is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. This is on my list. Eagles 3-point favorites. They come in at 2-2. Vikings at 1-1. Vikings probably the most disappointing team in the league right now. Offense has been doing well, but it's the defense that's been struggling, which is a shock, a surprise. Eagles, of course, Carson Wentz back. He looked at okay last week. I watched some of that game against Tennessee. Couldn't pull out the win though, but I think the Eagles bounce back here. I think they'd be able to slow down that offense a little bit with Kirk Cousins. Got the Eagles, but I think it'll be close though. But I want to see if the Vikings defense step up here. If not, could be a real long season for Minnesota. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win this game. So Vikings will have to really look themselves in the mirror after this game, especially if it's not close. Cardinals, 49ers, just Cardinals. I just think they just desperate. I think they'll finally get a win here. 49ers, of course, or they backup quarterback, of course, Garoppolo was hurt, but he played well last week, so not feeling confident saying Cardinals. I'm just saying Cardinals because they the only winners team in the league. Even though it's on the road, I think they'll somehow win this game. I don't know. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you where he's gonna come from. Maybe Josh Rosen to have a good game this time, enough to win. I got the Cardinals winning though, but I'm not real confident about it though. That could go either way. Cowboys, Texans, Sunday night game. Texans at home at 1-3. Cowboys 2-2. Got the Texans winning there at home. Dallas looked like they found something last week with Ezekiel Elliott actually giving him the ball more, which is sort of like common sense. Maybe they should have been giving him the ball that way, especially out the passing game. Texas defense has been disappointed as well. I think this would be close. I think this might wind up being a shootout as well. I think Deshaun Watson starting to get his legs back. Seen him a little bit last week. I think that, like I said, the Texas defense got to step up. With Watt and Cloudy, I thought they would be probably one of the top defenses in the league, but the defense haven't looked well yet. Maybe they make a step into this game. I got the Texans though. They're at home. I think they win on Sunday night. And Monday night game, Redskins Saints. I got the Saints winning. I'll talk more about this game on the Monday Morning Football Hangover live right here on YouTube. I got the Saints winning the game. I'll give you a score and all that on Monday. So there are my picks for week 5. Like I said, we're 11-4 last week. 11-5 the week before. So last 2 weeks been very, very good. I feel good about this week. It's a couple of games, like I said, I'm not real confident in picking a winner, or they could go either way. Hopefully I will have a good weekend. Like I said, you can still enjoy the PSA Pick'em. Just go back a few episodes, get the information. You can still join. I was going to do a giveaway, but ain't nobody joined, so. And you probably could have catch me slipping, because like I said, the first 2 weeks I didn't do that well. So just think about it. You could be beating me right now. But it's this week 5, so it'd be impossible for you to catch up and win. But thanks, always for the support. This video about to wrap up here. Final thoughts. It's not just all about the top 3 sports in the league. Some big things going on this week. College football, a couple of big games. Notre Dame, Virginia Tech in the ACC. LSU, Florida, I think. Apologize for that. Controller cut off. I forgot the Man, it put me all the way back out, didn't it? I didn't even mean to go into this. Apologize for all this. See, this is this PlayStation app. That's what I use to record with. So this will give you a kind of looking at these little robot things. But if you don't play with it, it'll cut you off. So you get to play, do little stuff with it. But I use it as my camera. Hopefully, like I said, if I need to get me a laptop instead of record this way. That's why that little goofy music that people be laughing at sometimes is through this app here. So apologize, I got really deep into my talking, but we about to wrap the video up though. I was about to say, I was talking about college football. A couple of, like I said, they was the two biggest games. Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, LSU, Florida. A couple of other games that's big on the schedule as well. Big fight in the UFC. Conor McGregor against a B. I'm just gonna call him a B because I think I heard somebody call him that. I can't pronounce his name, I ain't gonna lie. But what I've been hearing, this is gonna be a tough fight for McGregor. I like McGregor. He talks, his trash talking is just entertaining. I just can't deny that. He entertains me. I laugh at him. Of course, last year when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was funny, man. But he's back in the octagon for the first time in over a year. They say he's sort of gotten lazy, man. Like he got that tour, he got whatever how much, he got 100 million at least, and he been just slacking off, which is not surprising, you know, coming from his background. He ain't never really had a lot of money. Probably his biggest play day of his life. Say he's been slacking off, having their training right. But then the matchup is just bad for him. This guy that he's going against, he's like a wrestler. He like to make you submit. But you know, McGregor like to knock you out with his hands. So they saying if McGregor can't knock him out right off the bat, he gets put on that mat. Fight could be over. But like I said, I'm not a big I'm not gonna say a big fan. I follow the UFC, but I'm not an expert, I should say. I'm rooting for McGregor, but listening to all these experts, I don't feel confident in him winning this fight, man. I hope he wins though. I'd be happy if he wins. I root for him. But it doesn't look good for him though, with all the experts saying so. We'll see. Hopefully Monday I'll talk about that as well. Hopefully he pulls off the win. So that'll do it for this week. Thank you always for the support. I wasn't going to mention this, but today is my birthday, October 6th. I turned 35 today, so I already been getting some love this morning, so thank you everybody for the birthday love. I'll talk more about that Monday as well. Of course, all week 5, we'll recap all the week 5 games from Sunday. Of course, some of the baseball playoffs, some of them might be over in the National League, hopefully. My Braves, I'm pulling for them. Hopefully they at least get one win. I don't want them to get swept, but it don't look good for them to win the series. But thanks so much. Like I said, thanks for the support. I'm up early, so I'm going to try to get some videos in. I've been slacking off. I'm so sorry. I've been working. I get tired at night. Then other things going on, so I've been really slacking. I'm thinking about doing a Spider-Man video and try to do some more Mega Man 11 work. Like I said, the retro series with Mega Man X. The X collection, I've circled with a few of them in there, here and there, but since it's the retro series, you know, that's something I can prolong because it's retro, so it's not new. So, but Spider-Man and Mega Man 11 definitely gonna start doing some work on. I'll throw some more God of War videos in there, starting Mania videos. I'll go live probably Monday. But for Call of Duty 4, we definitely gonna go live. Me and my man Fat Man, shout out to him. You'll be seeing him or hearing him on here. We're gonna do some live gameplay of Black Ops 4. So get ready for that. Of course, it come out next Friday, but I think if I reserve it by Monday, I should be able to play it sooner. But either way, that's coming up. That's things coming up on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all y'all support. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. And thanks for the birthday love again. Thanks so much.